Hello everyone, this is Judy coming to you from my scrapbook loft. I'm here with part 5, or the finishing up of the makeup backslash chest box, and I've got my pattern paper on. Everybody knows how to measure and put on pattern paper, so I went ahead and did that. I've got 2 of the drawer handles on, and I'm going to do the third and show you how to do that, okay? I get these handles, I used to get them at Hobby Lobby. You can get 4, I think, at Hobby Lobby for $2 in the clock section, where you make clocks or the dowel rods, jewelry boxes and things like that, that section. Not in Hobby, not in the scrapbook section, in the wood craft section, okay? Now I get them from Amazon, because I can get a whole bag of them, okay? I can get a big bag really cheap. And if you're interested in these, I will put the number for them in the description box, okay? You'll find it there, Amazon. Now the brads that I use to put them on with, these come with screws, because these are for actually woodworking, okay? And they come with screws. So I order the Tim Holtz long fasteners, and if I ever come across long fasteners that's not Tim Holtz on Amazon, I'm going to get them, because they don't have enough in their in this color in here, and I can only find these knobs in this, of these handles, in this color right now. Okay, so now I'm using, instead of that color brad, I'm using this one, and you can't tell much difference in it, but these are the ones that I like to use, because they look just like this. So I've got my pattern paper on. I've put all of my braces in here, and I'm going to show you how I measure to find the center of my drawer. Now, you all, this is those holes in this handle are 1.5 inches apart, okay? So half of 1.5 inches is 3/4, okay? So we're gonna, that's for the handle, all right? 3/4. Also, half of 1.5 of this wall here for this drawer is 1.5. So we're going to measure up 3/4 of an inch, okay? And then the drawer is 8 inches, so it's 4 inches on each side. If you have this Tim Holtz ruler here, that's how you're going to do that. You're going to do the 3/4 of an inch down, and you're going to do 4 here and 4 here on this ruler. And then when you find your center, here's your center, you're going to go over 3/4 of an inch on each side, and you're going to either mark it or punch your hole. And I always use my piercer and punch my hole, okay? You can mark it with a pencil and use something else if you want to, but I always use this. My Big Bite, it doesn't work. It doesn't reach in here once these drawers are put together. So but if you don't have this ruler, just measure up 3/4. Well, do this first. Measure over 3 1/4. Okay, that's 3 1/4, and then up 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to get your where your hole needs to be. Okay? Now I'm going to go on the back side and come through. It just makes it easier for your brad to go through. Get a little dab of glue, and I'm going to put it right around this hole. That's just for reinforcing. You don't really need to do that if you don't want to. Okay? We're going to line this up on the holes, just like so. And we're going to get our brad. And we're going to put it through that hole, just like that. Okay, now we're going to open that up. And I'm going to hammer them down, okay? I'll show you. I'm going to lay it right like that. I'm sorry for the noise. Okay, there's one. I can't do it the other way, so I'm going to go back here to this desk and hammer that down. See how, can you see how pretty and flush they are? Yeah, right here. That just flushes them up real good. Okay, now I always put an extra brace on the front once I put the handle on with the brads. And what I do, reason I do that is I just want to cover up these brads. Okay? Just want to hide those brads, because when you put your finger in there, you don't want to catch your finger on them and cut yourself. Or a child, if you have children, you don't want them to do that. So I'm going to put some glue on that brad. That will keep it from moving around. And this is 1 7/16 by 7 7/8 to go in this drawer. And I'm just going to burnish that down. Lay it on the edge so you can burnish that edge down. And there's your drawer. And see on the inside, you don't see that brad. And there is your makeup chest, your makeup / chest box, whatever you want to call it. And then you all, once I do that, let me put my stuff away here. Once I do that, then I determine if I want to put another little drawer on the top or a bigger drawer. And you see this paper? This paper is color block. It's from Walmart, and it's called Modern Millinery, whatever. It's like sewing. It's got patterns, and it's got patterns, a dress form. And so I'm going to go with a small box here, and because I like dressing them up more with that. It just gives it, you've got 3 here, and then you're going to have an odd drawer up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get me a piece of 110-pound cardstock again. And I'm going to make it let me get my box and measure what I want to do. You see this matchbox? They're perfect. I just shorten it a little bit, but this is how I measure what I want, okay? I want it to be 2.5 inches, okay? Here comes more math. Okay. I want it to be 2.5 inches wide, but I'm going to shorten it to 4.5. It's 4 3/4. I'm going to shorten it to 4.5 so it'll fit better on there. I don't want this one hanging up or over, so I'm going to make it 4.5 long, okay? This is the width. This is the length. I'm going to do 1.5 plus 2.5 plus 1.5, 1.5 plus 4.5 plus 1.5. And it all equals 3 5.5 wide, 3 7.5 long. Okay? So for my sleeve, I'm going to do, I want this one to come out the end, just like this matchbox. So I'm going to measure 1/2 and 2.5, 1/2, which is 5.5, okay? But we're going to make it 5 9/16 for the sleeve. This is the drawer itself. Let's do one at a time, okay? I'll show you. All right, 5.5 by 7.5. It'll be easier just to show you than to explain it. Okay, now we're going to score this 1.5 inches on each side. You don't have to do 1.5. If you just want it to be 1 inch, you can do 1 inch. I like 1.5 because it's got more depth and you can get more in it. Okay, so I'm going to do 1.5 this way, turn it this way. I always score on the same side when I'm doing a box. That way everything is equal. I don't get off. Okay. I'm already at 13 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this one because this is going to be the last part of the tutorial, okay? Like I said, you don't have to do this. It's entirely up to you if you want to put a box on top, a drawer, box drawer on top, okay? All right. I want to do it this way. I want this to go on the inside of my hinge. I always make a V. It makes it easier to line up. Alexa, cancel drop-in. Just bring that side up to the edge of that flap right there. And these little ones, I don't put an extra brace in them because they're little. I don't imagine you'd be putting anything heavy in them. I sent Eve Ara one of these in our Christmas swap, our tag swap that we were in with Cruising with Crystal. And I sent Paulette one, Scrappy Tate. I was her Secret Santa for Crafty Mama, her Christmas swap group. And I sent Paulette one. Now, that fits on there perfect, just like that. Now I'm going to make my sleeve, okay? And I want my sleeve to go long ways because I want it to open this way. So, I'm going to do 5, where's my paper? 5 and 9/16 wide. That 1/16 is to give it room to slide in and out. If you don't give it room, it won't fit right. It won't lay in there right. So, I'm going to have to do it on this one. Okay, 5 and 9/16. And that's just that one tick mark past 1/2. No, wait, you all. Wait just a minute. I'm confusing myself here. All right. This is 5 1/2. Yes, I got it. 5 and 9/16, and there it is. And then 7 and 9/16. We're going to add a 16th to that 7 1/2 inch side. 7 and 9/16. That tick mark just past 7 1/2. Okay. We're going to do 1 1/2 on both ends. Just the ends. I knew I was confusing myself. Okay. Let me figure this out, and I will come back with part 6. I wish I had a pause button.